In the meantime, the stand already looks like this. He's amazing.
Ich schneide eine Schneise durch die Scheiße, entscheide auf der Reise, wie ich heiße. Entgleise stellenweise, aber weise, verweise hier im Kreis auf die Beweise. Geh spazieren mit nem Kanten
New
in der
day,
Tasche.
new project. The task is to remove the starter motor and to reverse my development idea, which has worked so far. Yesterday, up there in all of the off-road riding, the starter didn't really work anymore. Of course, I made it down. And in that sense, greeting to the girls, hello to the boys. What is it about? It's about removing the starter motor. It's secured with 2 screws and some wire. And here are the 2 original front and rear housing covers again. Well, we'll just put them back in now. I think it's my bearing, a peak, super ultra light, but obviously too weak for the continuous stress of starting. So we will just go back to using the original starter motor housing. We have the weight anyway, but my design would have saved a little weight. According to the manual, which I have with me, of course, and have already lived through more than once, it also works with the manifold installed. I've already tried that at home, but it was rather difficult. I'll start there now. The starter is back in place with the original casings. I've already packed up my tools. Now it's time for the first attempt to start. Idling is in place, the light is on, it's also on. Now we'll hear right away if it crashes and rattles, like it did in the Terror. Oh, sounds not good. Sounds not good. We'll probably have to unscrew this torque limiter on the other side and see if we can see anything, because it doesn't make sense to continue riding like this. Underneath is the torque limiter for the entire starting device. In other words, if the thing supposedly kicks back, there's a slip mechanism inside to prevent it from damaging the starter. My idea now is basically just to let the starter run and listen to see if it's turning normally as it should. That sounds really reasonable. So let's continue with the fault analysis. The gears are there. I'll take a look at them in calm. I forgot to turn on the microphone, so it's quite not synchronized. Anyway, the gears, the starter shaft, are a little worn, and the limiter was actually fine. So I decided to just build one in and keep riding, and the future will tell whether I'll have to push it at some point or whether it will continue to start. And then it's on to welding the stand. The gentleman at the reception was kind enough to give me a link, a reference to a motorcycle shop that apparently also does welding. I took pretty much everything off the moped except for the bags, which are emptied. Only the small side bags are still filled with oil, and on the other side also has something in it. Yeah, the rain gear. And now it rides almost like a Puch Maxi, like 70 kilos and not fully loaded, only 190 kilos with a full fuel tank. Yes, I'll charge along there and then we will see if anything comes of it and if he can stick the stand back on it. And I already can see the moped shop. That was the shop where I saw the beautiful Vespa painted on the metal roller door yesterday when I rode past. And today, of course, you can't see it. The moped is already on the stand in a really nice classic one, as we say, a Zanglerbude. He's already sawing and grinding and preparing it. And there's the current stock, a Caballero Fentic. Yeah, an old Fentic. We've got another 200, 125. I mean, it's a 200. What does the exhaust say? You can't see it. Then a Liberty? No, I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe I will watch the welding, but it's kind of stupid to watch when they're welding because it hurts your eyes, even if you only see it late in the picture. If you ever have a minor or major breakdown in Italy, especially at this beautiful lake, you can just ride to the motorbike shop. At least you'd have the number and the address behind. I hope that's his banner, of course. Then there are his own helmets, an old AGV, I think from Valentino. Of course, it's a nice collection. You'll find some nice old friends there, petrol taps for the Vespa, starters, rear lights. Then there are endless two-stroke stuff at the top, springs for the automatic, and then of course cellophane in abundance. And LED lamps, how cool is that? And now he's doing the welding test. And I know that myself from watching 6061.com on the YouTube channel. It's quite nice, but in reality, even when you are watching, it's not nice to see the beautiful blue light. That's why I'm leaving it alone again. So, I said, he has this beautiful picture outside on his roller door, and he's also immortalized it on the t-shirt. And of course, I think that's really cool. One, I don't know, GS probably. So, grazie. In the meantime, the stand already looks like this. He's amazing. Okay, it's bellissima. Is that okay? Because he welded it on extended. It's even still a little warm. And so nothing can happen to it anymore. I'm sure of that. Yeah. And that's the partner who just runs around the workshop and jokes around. And one has to work, and the others tell him how to do it. Too late in the day, just a little bit left. I shine my headlamp in my own face so that the camera has a chance of capturing anything at all. After setting off in the rain today from the last campsite, it was like that for the next 150 kilometers or so. Then it stopped again. Riding in the wet is, of course, not fun at all in reality. And the front tire does its bit to add to the good feeling because it's already relatively flat. And that's not really pleasant when cornering. This is what it looks like for me tonight. I don't know if you can really see it. I have lighting anyway, what I have. That's just my sleeping spot. But the nice thing is that I'm already practically in the harbor area where I'll get a ticket tomorrow and then hopefully arrive on the next continent the day after. The next best thing is that I'm now practically 20 or 30 meters from the sea. That's great with the Italians. They have quite a few camper van sites that are free of charge. You can always pitch your tent there. I've done that a few times now. So far, no one has said anything about me not having a camper van, just a tent. I hardly see myself there anymore. I'm just there. And yes, that might be another small option for inexpensive accommodation. Up there, I also tried to use my phone as a light source to get a little better light for the picture. But it's all still very Spartan. Well, in that sense, I see we've been here for almost 3 minutes again. Just silly talk from me. I'll stop all this chatter and continue tomorrow with the Haber and getting the ticket. Good night, everyone. Goodbye.